Hey, this is Luke Friesen, and I'm going to do a series of videos on Warhammer 40k, the basic rules, breaking them down mathematically. Your basic shooting, rolling to hit, rolling to wound, and then even possibly getting into the assault and rolling to hit and rolling to wound in there. And we're going to break them down mathematically because we want to make the game a little easier for us to learn without having to refer to the rules, stuff that we can kind of do in our heads, and even think about the way that the game works, and think about even making suggestions as to how we could rewrite this stuff to make it even easier, because the game is quite complex. And basically these ideas came up from being a very casual player. I found myself always having to kind of learn and relearn the game, and so I really wanted to delve into the rules, get into the mechanics of the game, get into the guts of things, and understand the math in such a way that then if I could figure out a way to manipulate it to then make it easier to learn, I would. And so that's what I'm going to share with this video. There is some stuff in here that you probably already heard, because we're going to start with the most basic thing, which is rolling to hit. This is your ballistic skill rolling to hit table here, table, chart, whatever they call it. And so the way the game tells you to play it is, okay, you got a ballistic skill of 4 because you're a kick-ass Eldar guy, and that means 4, 3 plus. 3 plus is listed under there, and that's what you got to roll on your dice, 3 or higher. Everybody knows how that works. A lot of you probably also know this. If you don't want to have to look it up, you can subtract your ballistic skill from number 7. 7 minus ballistic skill. Subtract it from 7. And that'll equal your to hit roll. I should probably write in here, to hit. To hit for shooting, not for weapon skill. Anyway, okay, so that's how that formula works. 7 minus BS equals to hit. So if I have a ballistic skill of 4, 7 minus 4 equals 3. 3 plus. If I have, suddenly I'm using a crappy unit with a ballistic skill of 2, because he's not good at shooting, 7 minus 2, 5 plus. A 7 minus 5, he's really good, 2 plus. We're not going to get into the higher numbers, that gets into a more complicated formula. Okay, now, why do we need ballistic skill at all when we're always using these numbers? Well, because if you have to roll a weapon to scatter, such as a missile launcher, it's not going to hit the target, it's going to scatter a little bit. As we know, we roll 2d6 and we minus our ballistic skill, right? Yeah. Because the ballistic skill is a positive number, so the higher the number, the better. And that's why we're going to subtract it from the distance it's going to scatter, because the better you are at shooting, the less it's going to scatter. That's how that works. So I roll a 1 and a 2, I subtract my ballistic skill from that. I am pretty darn good. I got that 4 going on with my Eldar Guardian or whatever. And 3 minus 4 comes up as 0. Doesn't scatter at all. That's how ballistic skill with scatter works. However, let's say we did want to forget the ballistic skill altogether, and all we're using is our to hit for shooting. That's what we're going to do instead. Just going to forget all about ballistic skill. We can still write a formula for scatter that makes this work. It's going to work the exact same way. We're going to go 2d6. Instead of minusing, we're going to add our to hit value, because the to hit is a negative number, the lower the better. So we're going to change it to adding, so that means that the lower number you're adding to that, the more accurate the shot is. So the better you are at shooting, the less it's going to go off. But of course, we still need to change things a little bit, because it's not quite that simple. We go minus 7 altogether. The subtract 7 number comes back in again, because it's like we're using the same formula, but we're using the same type of formula, and we're simply, I think that's algebra, where now we're changing it around to revert our, we're changing it around to change the to hit back to a BS, essentially. But this way, we don't have to remember we don't have to list BS. We don't have to think about the BS. We just think about our to hit. And we use a slightly more complicated formula in order to not have to use any kind of a formula for our regular shooting to hit. Because we do a lot of shooting to hit, and we don't do a ton of scattering. And I think the trade-off is worth it. So this is how it works. I'm rolling 2d6. Let's say I roll a 1 and a 2, like my other example. So that makes 3. I rolled a 3 for my scatter, and now I add my to hit, which is a 3 plus, because I'm that kick-ass Eldar guy. So 3 plus 3 equals 6, minus 7 equals negative 1. You notice negative 1 is what the result that we had with the original formula. So this is actually working out the exact same way. It doesn't change the meta of the game whatsoever to use this formula. So that's all I really wanted to say. 2d6 plus to hit minus 7 is the same as the regular scatter. We could play the game without using BS. We could make our own reference cards, for example, for our units, and not even mention BS. We simply write on there the to hit value. We can maybe make a new stat for it. Well, not make a new one, but just call it a new stat, such as aim or something, just to make it simple. So the aim of most of my Eldar guys is a 3 plus. That's how it could work. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Post in the comments below and throw anything you want at me there. That would be great. Love comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.